What's going on, my guys and gals and my non-binary pals? This is your boy Kamon. It's early, bro. I went to sleep, but then I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna record this video. So if you guys are watching this, just know this is a early video for Patreon and the YouTube members. So thank you very much. But this is an updated version of my Swordsoul Horus deck, and man, this is so clean. I just had to kind of bring it back, but I also wanted to kind of like still play a really good engine to where you don't got to play as many hand traps, because the engine does make up for the lack of hand traps, so kind of keep that in mind. So everything that's in this deck is kind of like, is good going first and or second, but I did kind of build it to a more optimal way to where if you do go second, the stuff that you do have in this deck can attempt to break said fields if you do have it, and or stop your opponent point blank period. So let's get right into it. I'm show you guys the main deck, extra deck, no side deck. I'm gonna post the side deck a little bit later on the on Patreon and or channel members to say kind of thank you, but want to kind of get into it. And you have to bust out the old reliable map, bro. Come on, you have to bust it out real quick. But anyway, so monsters are very standard. So it's 3 Ecclesia. Honestly, if I low-key kind of want to play her at just 2, honestly, like there's no real reason to play her at 2. I just want to be different. You know what I mean? But 3 of her, she does come in clutch, going first and or second. Really good. And it's cool because even if you do draw her, you can still pitch her with the M SETI. So there's no real downside to really having her in here at 3 and stuff like that. So anyways, 3 Ecclesia. Now for the Swordsoul stuff, we are running 3 Moye, 3 Long Yuang, and then 2 Taya. We're not running Abyss Dragon, and we're not running what's his name, Allspice. I mean, I do miss Allspice. I think Allspice is a great card, but there was no real room to really put him in here because this is more of a different build. But I mean, if you really want to run Allspice, you can run Allspice. There's no real downside to him, and he benefits by kind of breaking boards. So actually, yeah, I think I'm going to take out a card to put Allspice in here now that I think about it more. But anyways, 3 Moye, 3 Long Yuang, and then 2 Taya. This ratio will never really change until we get more support. I really feel like Konami will actually give us more Swordsoul monsters and or cards. Yo, we might actually get like a field spell. That would be kind of stupid. You know what I mean? Like it generates tokens or whatever, something like that. I don't know. But anyways, that is it for the Swordsoul monsters and the Ecclesia. Again, very standard. This won't ever change. And again, run Ty at 2, not at 1, because it's a good card to just have in the deck. 1 is not enough because if you do get rid of it and you need it again, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's it for those. Now for the Tenyis, we are rocking 3 Ashuna, 2 Vashuda, 2 Adara, and then the 1 Chitana. Yeah, these cards are really good to actually pitch off of your Horus stuff. Like, honestly, every single one of these cards, you can pitch them off of Horus and then you can get them back later. You know, it's not that big of a deal, so don't be afraid to like really like, oh, I gotta do this and that. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But yeah, these will never really change. I don't think we're ever gonna get any more new Tiny stuff, because the Tiny stuff is fine how it is. But if we do, depends on their levels and what they do for the deck. We could probably incorporate them more into this build. But yeah, that's it for the Tinies. Very standard. For the hand traps, I'm running 6 in total, but these 6 are the most impactful. So we are running 3 Droll and Lockbird, and then the other hand, I gotta stop doing that. Then the other hand traps, we are running 3 Imperm. Again, so the reason why I'm running Droll over Ash is it's a few things, right? For one, Ash, okay, so like my logic behind not running as many hand traps now is very simple. So like, if you're gonna run a lot of hand traps, right, like Ash, Valor, Nib, all that stuff, you have to run a good number of hand traps. You know what I mean? Since we're only running 6 hand traps, you know what I mean? If this was Ash, would Ash and Imperm be enough to stop my opponent fully? No, it wouldn't. So Imperm, which is a good card going first and or second, so that's just a no-brainer. Can kind of break boards essentially, or make breaking boards a lot easier, so that's why this is in here. But Droll is one of those cards to where if you're hit with it at the right time, depending on the matchup, then you're pretty much golden, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what's one Ash going to do versus Snake Eye versus one Droll. I think you'll get more benefits off of Droll than you do Ash. Plus, Ash does play into Hida. Is her name Hida? The freaking Charmer. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we still play into that for Longy Wonk. It's a fire, but it's like if your opponent's going first, you're going second. I rather see these two in my hand over Ash in this. You know what I mean? It just makes more sense, and you get more benefits for drolling your opponent over ashing them, because you can ash one thing. Like, let's say they go Snake Eye effects. Like, if they go Snake Eye effect tribute to like summon and you ash that, okay, they can still play regardless. But if they go normal summon Snake Eye Ash searches out popular effect summon effect search, and then you activate droll, their turn gets a lot more awkward. You know what I mean? It gets very, 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 very awkward because they can't draw off of the original Sinful Spoils anymore. They can't search. They can't do a lot of stuff. So I think Droll is just a little bit better than Ash, in my opinion, especially in this format. But yeah, that's it for the hand traps. The extra engine of why we're not running hand traps in here. Again, if you want to run Swordsoul very standard with like 85 hand traps, go ahead, but we're just experimenting to see what we like, and I like this, you know what I mean? So the hand trap, or not, well, the extenders, we are running 2 Apple Dragon. He made it back in here because I love this little dude, GOAT. He's the GOAT, bro. We love Apple Dragon. He benefits so much when you pitch him off of your M SETI. So 2 of those, 3 M SETI, and then the 1 Happy. Yeah, just this engine in here alone is super, super good. And it's like, if you want to run more hand traps, I mean, I really wouldn't recommend taking out the Tinny stuff, but I think it's doable if you really want to. I think we don't always have to like play standard, like run it with the Tinnies, but like Tinnies are super, super, super good to like not run in here. But if you were just like, you know, I want to try it out without Tinnies, go for it, bro. Because the Horus engine is just as good as Tinnies, because not only does M30 bait out Ash Blossom, but like it can also clear boards on your opponent's field. You know what I mean? Because like once you summon out a Horus monster under the King Sark, they have to deal with this, bro. They can't just ignore it. And if they do anything, they're gonna get punished. You know what I mean? And Apple Dragon is just a super good extender because, believe it or not, Apple Dragon and SETI can make a free Chaos Angel because it's light and dark, so you will get both benefits. So like good and evil. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So yeah, that is it for that. And again, you could pitch this card with this. Search, draw, make your thing, Synchro Summon, activate this effect, summon out from the graveyard. You know what I mean? You can do a lot of stuff with this card right here, bro. Just super, super good. And with the like right hand, the boards you make are incredible. They're literally insane. Plus with protection too, man. As if for the monsters, it's like 20-something monsters. I didn't really count, but yeah. Now let's go on to the spell cards. So obviously we're running 3 emergence, and then 2 King Sark, because yeah, the cards you want to see at all times. King Sark is really good because, again, even if you have cards in your hand that you don't want anymore, you could just King Sark pitch it. And the best part is you only have the 2 targets in the deck, so it's like, even if this gets Ash and you have King Sark in your hand, okay, cool, pitch another card, summon this to the field. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, this engine is super, 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 super good, bro. Definitely recommend trying it out in Swordsoul. If you don't like it, if you're not rocking with it, that's fine. But it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? At some point, people kind of got to understand, like, when I build, like, a deck, especially this deck, my style is my style that I've, like, incorporated over the years. So, like, reason why I'm playing A, B, C, because it makes sense to play that. You know what I mean? So if you're rocking with it, you are. If you're not, oh well, you try. But anyways, that's it for those right there. For the more 1-ups, we are playing 1 Call by the Grave. 1 Foolish. Foolish did make it in here because Foolish is a really, 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 really good card, because if you do want to Foolish Burial out one of your Tenyis, one of your Worms, or most importantly, if you do want to Foolish out Apple Dragon, that's a really good target. You know what I mean? You could literally go Foolish Burial, send Apple Dragon, right? Then you can Synchro Summon Douche, or this can actually get you into a early Baron, believe it or not. So you could literally go, you know, I'll show you guys a combo. it'll make a lot more sense if I show you guys and not just talk about it. You know what I mean? So boom, boom, and then leading off with the one Sacred Summit, and then the last card we are running the one Blackout because it's Blackout, boy. You know what I mean? Good card, pop 2, and you're good to go. That's the main deck. Let's sell it 40 cards in the main. Let's go on to this extra deck and tokens. So Field Center, obviously, cool. Cool Iris, and then cool Nib token plus Apple Dragon token. We have the Ecclesia, and then the standard Swordsoul tokens. Not a real Swordsoul player if you don't have these, as I've been reading online. Unless you got them, bro, you know you're not real. You're not a real person. But extra deck. So the extra deck did change around a little bit, but so kind of keep in mind before you guys be like, oh my god, why are you running that over that or less of that? Just know you don't rely on just one thing in the extra deck. You can rely on mainly your Horus stuff because you can combat your opponent with this stuff in here. You know what I mean? So kind of keep that in mind if you can. So for the links, we're only running 3 links. I know. So we're running 1 Monk, 1 Shaman, 1 SP. Nothing more, nothing less. I decided to actually take out 1 Monk because I only really go into Monk once, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I know what you're going to say, like, yo, Monk is still good at 2. There are times where, like, I would miss the second Monk. Sure, awesome, right? But, again, we're not just relying on the Tindy stuff. And we can recycle back Monk as much as we want to. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So I think 1 Monk is just fine. And, again, if you just play it smart, bro, you're fine. Plus, Monk is just a easier non-effect monster to get on the field, sure. But that doesn't mean we can't get non-effect monsters because people tend to forget the Sword Souls do summon out the non-effect monsters, and so does your Blackout. You know what I mean? So you'll always be able to get a non-effect monster on the field somehow, and you're good to go. Plus, if I'm being honest, bro, like, Monk isn't the end-all be-all for, like, this deck anymore. And it's like some of the, like, boards and fields you have to fight, aka Snake Eye, it becomes really, really hard because they're going to have a SP, Prometheus Princess in the graveyard, Link Kuriboh, all that stuff. So it's like 1 Monk is not going to be enough. Or 1 Monk should be just enough. Because you could literally go summon out Monk, okay, cool, and then smack Typhon on top of it if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? Or whatever you want to do. But anyways, that's it for the links. Just those 3. I even consider cutting Shaman, but I think that's kind of crazy because, like, having that recursion back from the graveyard is still super good. So for the synchros, for the 8s, we are running 1 Boxia. I took out the other Boxia because, again, I wanted to make room for other things in the extra deck, but just 1 Boxia. I think Boxia at 1 is just fine. I've tested this card at 1 before in my other builds, and yeah, I think it's fine. I do miss the second Boxia at times, but again, keep in mind, you need to go into other things that can either stop your opponent or stall your opponent, right? Boxia is good it's better going second, but it's really good going first too because you can actually dump Moye. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, 1 Boxia. We're still running 2 Shishao. Shishao will always be run at 2 in this deck. It's just too good of a card. For the, like, crackback, you need the second one in here. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Boxia is here too, but it's like you wouldn't really want to summon this for the ideal hand, or even the most hand. You still probably won't really summon Boxia like that. You know what I mean? First turn. But there are times where you do have to. But even then, again, you can recycle back Boxia by banishing it and then putting it back with Adara. So, but yeah, 2 Shishao. Shishao is really, really good because, you know, gets you your entire deck from your deck to your hand and are banished, so keep that in mind. So yeah, 2 Shishao, and he becomes part of the, like, combos also, believe it or not. So 2 of those. For the 8s, 1 Berserker, it does come in handy, and then the 1 Dragite round off the 8s, nothing more, nothing less. Him being a dark does actually matter. You guys have seen the Apple Dragon combos I posted like months ago, so you'll see why he's in here. Plus, he's a good card to have. It's good to have more worms to summon out. For the 10s, we are running the 1 Sinister, the 1 Chang Ying, the 1 Baron, and then the 1 Chaos Angel. Again, Apple Dragon, Chaos Angel, they both go together. And plus, if I'm being very honest, bro, like, it's very hard for your Snake Eye player to really out this card. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very hard for him to out this card. If you summon it with Light and Dark, there's not much they could really do against this. And then, like, if they do try to out it, you will have other things on the field, like a Baron or your Horus Engine, if they do finally out this card, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, like, Chaos Angel is one of those super cool boss monsters in here where it, like, it makes a big difference versus your opponent. You know what I mean? Obviously, if they have like an Imperm or like that Fire King spell card, well, they don't really run that card like that. But if they have like an Imperm, okay, sure. You know what I mean? But it's like none of their monsters do it. Like Princess is not doing anything to any synchro you have because of this card. And just, yeah, I mean, it's just a good card overall to have. You know what I mean? So that is it for the synchros. Exceeds. They did not change at all, but we are running the 1 Sky Prison. Until we get out of a fire format, this card is really good in here. So 1 Sky Prison, the 1 Photon Lord, and then obviously the 1 Typhon to run it off. But yeah, I mean, I like this in here. It's super good, super cool. So yeah, but anyways, I'm going to show you guys the combo. Be right back. Okay, so now for the combo of how you can get the most advantage in here. Really, really simple. All you really need is Moye and a worm to summon and a worm in the hand. We're just going to add Long Yuang in hand too, and then just Foolish Burial, right? So this is the most ideal. And before people comment like, oh my god, I got to have these 4 cards, bro, I'm just showing you, bro. I'm just showing you. So anyways, and yes, before you ask, this combo is nib proof. So what you want to do, I'm sending out Moye effects, reveal any worm in your hand, right? Get token. That's 2. And now what you want to do, you want to Foolish Burial now, or it doesn't really matter when you Foolish Burial. You want to Foolish Burial out your Apple Dragon here, it's in the graveyard, cool. Synchro summon these 2 together. 3. Shisha, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Again, it doesn't matter what you draw, but you do want to search out. You want to make sure you do get your Summit to hand here. So this is the 4th summon. This is 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's the 3rd summon, sorry. Apple Dragon effect, banish it. Get a token out. This is the 4th summon here. And now synchro summon these 2 together. Boom, Baron. This is the 5th summon right here. And now with the Baron, you're good to go to keep playing. So now you have the Long Yuang, pitch, activate, summon out. You get a token. Synchro summon these 2 together, and you can go into a appropriate synchro monster, but here we're just going to go for the Sinister. Burn for 12, and then with the summit that we did search out, summit, bring back the Shisha from the graveyard. Boop. And you have another card in your hand that you did draw. So, Baron proof, and you're good to go. Like, and the best part is no one is ever going to really Foolish Berry, or no one's going to Ash a Foolish. They're going to be like, So if you want to start off with this first, you could do that. You know what I mean? And then you can play accordingly from there. But no one's gonna be like, I better Ash that Foolish Burial real quick. So yeah, off of that, your nib proof on the 5th summon, you have a monster and interruption and a spell and trap card interruption, and you do have a walking imperm plus another card in your hand that you did draw. So that's pretty good for Swordsoul, having 3 monsters on board instead of just the typical just these 2 and that's it. You know what I mean? But anyways. Hope you guys did enjoy that. Make sure you do like and subscribe to the video so you guys can have an awesome one. Peace.